Andrey asked a question that is both simple and complex at the same time. Which are the best key performance indicators in a lean organization? Not only performance measures, but others like quality and customers. If we understand this, we can get a deep insight into lean thinking. It's really important. So let's start by the simple part, shall we? The performance measure that is unique to lean is lead time, from order to delivery of a good quality product. Of course, if it's poor quality, return, refund, rework means more lead time. So the first thing to do is looking at lead time. Lead time is unique in lean vision that tells you how your entire system performs in terms of velocity. If you look at lead time, the second measure is the first time through, the jobs that are accepted by the customer without any rework. This is the money-making measure. This is the best measure that you have to know if you're making money or not, if your system is working as a whole. The third measure, and I would say the most important, would be the number of successful new product introductions in the past 5 years. Because this is where the competitive fight really is. Can you successfully introduce new products? Now, agreed, these measures are not quite KPIs. In fact, organizations are often very reluctant to measure this because it's not always easy and the answers are always scary. They show you how much room for improvement there really is. In terms of actual KPIs, we will typically track safety, the number of accumulated accidents. People do not come to work to get hurt, so safety is the first paramount thing. Quality, complaints, and PPMs, bad part per million. Delivery, the percentage of orders delivered on time, or MPMs, missed deliveries per million. Productivity, sales per person or sales per square meters. Inventory, cost of sales divided by the average value of the inventory. Then you can track engagement, the number of suggestions per person, and churn, customers lost over the total number of customers. But this is only a starting point. This is the visible part of the iceberg. Each company has to build its own set of KPIs. The more complex question is, why would you want to track performance indicators in the first place? I mean, we know that if you track and measure any measure, people will optimize the measure, they will game it, but not necessarily resolve the problem. The best way to get your kids never to learn a new language is to reward them to give you $5 every time they have good grades. They learn how to get good grades, it's extrinsic motivation, and they lose any interest in the language itself, which needs intrinsic motivation. So why would we want to track indicators in lean? We have three main reasons because we want to help people with three things. First is orientation, showing the direction we all want to go so that everybody can walk the same way and have insights and initiative the same way. Then there's weak point management. We need to track key indicators such as safety to visualize who's in trouble and go and help them. And I mean help them, right? Not blame them. Help them, support them. And finally, there's measuring for change for the PDCAs. These will not be fixed indicators, but specific measures to track if changes that we've tried in a PDCA have the right effect or not, and then correct them. So orientation, weak point management, and PDCA management are the three main motivations that lean to track KPIs. Many of these can be one-offs and then they stop when the issue is resolved. Many indicators, lean or not, are just pure muda. They are waste. So the place to start is a KPI freeze. If you add one, you take one away. This is the fun part of indicator management. You get to see who really cares about value and who is fighting for the system status quo. So you need to see who you need to convince. Are people happy to get rid of indicators or will they cling to them really? Is it because they are really important or just because they maintain the status quo? So again, like everything in lean, a measure is not the end point. The measure is the start point of the discussion. What gives you performance is involving people, engaging people in better observation and better discussion. And yes, indicators are important because they start the discussion, not end it.